Hey guys, welcome back. Andrew here with Ambient Endeavors, and today we are on the 5th installment of a video series called Pedals You Should Know. It's very straightforward. This is a way for me to kind of showcase brands and pedals that I think you should be aware of, ones that have come across my feed or my desk here in the studio that have been interesting or exciting or inspiring to me. And we put them on a board, we write an intro sketch like you just heard, and then talk through and play through each of those pedals individually. I'm really excited for this 5th installment for a few different reasons, and we're going to dive in really soon, but I've got a little bit of housekeeping to get to before we do that. So first off, so I don't have to mention this as we talk about each pedal and each brand, I'm going to link to websites and social media channels for each of these builders and pedals below in the description. So hit those if you want to learn more about each of the brands. We're going to kind of do a pretty quick overview of each in this video. I'm also going to link the previous installments of this video series below too. We've covered 20 or 25 different pedals now after this one will be done. It's kind of a fun way to keep up to date with some of the newer or more interesting pedals that are coming onto the scene and hear a brief kind of sample of each of those pedals. So definitely check back to some of those previous installments to hear and see some cool pedals that we've been doing in this video series. I want to also give a shout out to some friends that I met in the coffee industry. I'm a huge fan of coffee if you haven't picked that up. I love to make my morning Chemex and I love to try new beans from different roasters around the world. I got connected with some roasters out in LA called Convocation Coffee. They sent over a couple bags of beans, including a Kenyan variant that I'm just finishing up upstairs. It's been really delicious. Some fun like grapefruit notes in that one, a nice light roast, and then this Rwanda that I'm excited to open up and try soon. So thanks to Convocation for supporting the channel, sending over these beans. Appreciate it. The first pedal we're taking a look at today is actually a brand new pedal. It's out today from Tefi Vintage Labs, a small builder over in Italy. It's called Malinconia. It is a new analog lo-fi modulator. It sounds really cool. It feels really great. It's sort of a follow-on to their golden era, which sort of quickly became a cult classic in that lo-fi kind of range too. It became really hard to reproduce those pedals due to supplies and parts shortages and things, and so they went to redesigning the lo-fi machine, and this is the end result. So first off, the control set is very similar to the golden era. You have the depth of your wobble and your warp sounds on the far left here. Then you have a noise circuit that can be adjusted to introduce some kind of white noise or that sort of lo-fi noise element to your signal, or you can dial it all the way out if you don't like that. You have a speed control that adjusts the speed of both the wobble and the warp here. You have some filtering, so you have a filter control, which is basically a low pass filter here, and a bass cut control to further kind of carve off some of that low end to give you some of those like radio textures, frequency curves like that. And then you have a volume section here where you've got control over your sort of tube saturation amount here on the top, and then sort of a master volume control on the bottom here. It really is a cool and interactive circuit. You can implement some of that warbly modulation and movement. You can add some of that white noise or the sort of noise texture in the background, and then mess around with the saturation of the effect too with those two volume controls. Tefi over in Italy are kind of some of the best kept secrets in the pedal world. They do fantastic work. They have extensive experience repairing and modifying and recreating old tape machines through their operation repair shop over there, and because of that they've really been able to kind of hone in on some awesome sounding and feeling reproductions of tape echoes, as well as these sort of tape emulating lo-fi machines here too. So I'm excited that they are introducing Malinconia today. I'm also excited to show it to you, and I want to let you know that my shop Little Box Effects will have a small batch of these available on the website, so you can hit the link in the description below to try and grab one. We have really small quantities because Tefi operates in a pretty small volume of pedals, but hopefully you can track one down, and I'm excited to offer those over there. Let's hear how it sounds. Next up, we have this cute, tiny little overdrive pedal called the Baker's Dozen. It's from Couch Electronics over in Slovenia. I love the homage and the sort of design references that this pedal gives to the old Bluesbreaker and similar pedals. I'm a huge Bluesbreaker fan, and while this pedal I think does kind of give you some of those tones, it was interesting to talk to the builder and kind of understand that his starting point for designing the circuit was an MXR boost. And then from there he sort of built on and elaborated and designed around it to kind of get to the tones and textures in this pedal. So interesting kind of pathway, interesting circuit. I think the results and the end product do give a lot of shades of that Bluesbreaker that this is referencing, but with a unique kind of voicing, a different type of warmth, I think, and feel than you might get with the traditional Bluesbreaker clone. It's a very, very cool design. The aesthetics are awesome. The footprint, the size is really unique, and I'm just really impressed and was really excited to be able to get one of these in from Couch Electronics. So let's check out some of the sounds from the Baker's Dozen pedal here. The last pedal on the board today is from a brand that we've covered a couple times in previous videos. It's ALABS Audio. They're doing some really cool budget-friendly stereo effects, and this is their stereo reverb, the Cetus. You get 9 really great sounding stereo reverb algorithms on here, some traditional sounds as well as some more ambient leaning or experimental sounds too. You get the traditional control set with decay, bright, sort of a tone control up top here, and mix, as well as a control that can adjust the modulation on the reverb trails there too. As with the other ALABS pedals, you have a cool mode that allows you to record some knob automation and add that to the dynamics of your playing, so you can engage that with the foot switch and create these cool on-the-fly moments with some value changes on the knobs there. And just a really solid sounding, really versatile stereo reverb from ALABS Audio. Definitely check them out if you're eyeing some pedals that aren't going to break the bank, but that still offer a lot of versatility and some really great sounds and tones to them. The ALABS Audio Cetus, their stereo reverb. Big thanks to each of the brands for sending out these pedals to be included in the video, and thank you guys for stopping by and for watching. Drop a comment below if you've got any questions or thoughts about any of the pedals you heard today, and please hit subscribe if you haven't already. It's a great way to keep up to date on future videos and it helps the channel a ton. Thanks, take care.